Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a vlog tour all about Roseville, California. Right now we're actually at the fountains where you actually got a lot of shopping here. We're right across the street from the Galleria Mall, which you probably heard us name a couple times in a couple different videos. But in here is kind of cool. You got a lot of eateries. We got Dave & Buster's actually right behind me here. Mikuni's, which if you're in Sacramento, you like sushi, most likely you're gonna hit Mikuni's at one point. Actually, really great atmosphere, great time with friends, family. You've also got Zocal's right over here, Pete's Coffee Shop, Orville's, and then just a couple mom and pop shops that are in here. I'll kind of turn this around so you can see. We just had a Nick the Greeks open up today. They also have the farmers market going on today too. So if you're looking for fresh fruits, veggies, all organic, local farmers coming down and of course serving the community. So first house we're gonna go to, like I say, we're gonna stick in the 600 area. Just gonna show you the property. We'll go ahead and show you a little bit about the neighborhood, because I know a lot of you guys want to know, hey, we like the area, but we actually would like to see some of the neighborhoods, what they look like, how established they are. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so as we're walking and approaching the first house, as always, if you get any value out of this, please like, hit the subscribe, and share this information. Help us tell everybody, tell the world how great it is to live in the Sacramento metro area. So the house that we're going to be approaching here is built in 1995. Most of the houses around here are going to be in that late 90s era. As you can see, as I turn it out here, here's the property right behind me right there. So it's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It does have a half bath downstairs. It's had some upgrades on it. The kitchen's been redone. You've also got some of the flooring redone. Bathroom still needs some updating on there, but for the most part, really nice house. Streets, kind of spin this around, you can see we've got wider streets because of the year of the house being built, and a lot more established neighborhood. One of the things is when you guys come out here, you want to take a look at these properties. I always say make sure that you get pre-qualified first, because most of these houses, especially in the Highland Reserve, are going pretty fast. At the time of this filming, we're still going off the market in about, I would say 2 to 3 weeks max. As far as price point, like I said earlier, we're going to be going over houses all in the 600 areas. The one behind me here is actually currently listed at $660, and they'll probably, like I say, be in contract pretty quickly. Other than that, right down the street there, we've got a park. Cool thing about this neighborhood is, so that the park doesn't completely take over, is you'll see signs that only allow people to park here with permits, or basically on the weekend. But again, you can kind of see the property. And jumping back to getting pre-qualified, if you guys need somebody, we've got a couple lenders that we work with that we'd be more than happy to share. Just go ahead and comment, or we'll put our phone number down at the bottom as always. That way we can get you with one of our lenders. But for the most part, houses around here, mostly 2 stories. You do have some 1 stories mixed in there, and then pretty quiet neighborhood. We're here in the middle of the day, and really just not too much traffic out here. Other than that, I'm gonna try to get some film so I can actually show you the rest of the neighborhoods, what some of the other houses look like around here. Hopefully I'm not going a little too fast for you, and we're gonna head over to our next property. See you there. right, guys, we're at the second house right behind me here. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Square footage on it is just a little over 2,200 square foot. Beautiful house. Actually sits on this half kind of cul-de-sac. Me and Deborah actually just sold the exact same model down the street probably about a month and a half ago to some out-of-town clients. But let me tell you, this thing, it still needs some updating on it. We'll throw some pictures up so you can see some of the inside. But other than a little bit of updating, very well maintained, and then has, because of the shape of this cul-de-sac here, it actually has a lot of side room here, which allowed for a pretty nice sized pool and sitting area in the backyard. Now, these houses are mostly built in the early 2000s, another established neighborhood, and these houses right now, days on the market, they're right about 28 to 30 days on the market, and they're going into contract. Price wise is $675 on this one. They actually just made a little bit of an adjustment on it, so that's the new price point. I think at the new price point, you're probably going to see this one go pretty quick. Other cool thing about this one is if you want to be not exactly centrally located, but you kind of want to be on the outskirts just a little bit, but at the same time be pretty close to everything. That's one of the things that the Wood Creek Oaks community or neighborhood really provides. There is 3 different golf courses within, I would probably say, mile max. You got Wood Creek, you've got Diamond Oak, and then you also have Timbers, which is just a little bit, probably the furthest one away from us. Other than that, the high school's just right down the street, so if the kids don't have a car, throw them on a bike, let them get over there really quick. Wood Creek right now is going through a little bit of a change just because West Roseville has a new high school, which we'll actually get to on this video. So a lot of those kids are moving over to there right now, but always a great school, always rated high, always have gotten high marks when it comes to testing. With these a little bit early 2000 houses, you can see you've got a lot more room in the street, not a lot of cars parked. Another cool thing is we've got no HOAs out here, no Melloruses out here, and no special assessment taxes. So that's kind of cool if you don't really want to be monitored by any kind of an HOA, or if you don't want any extra funds having to go out to the city for Mellarus. So going to kind of do the same thing. We will drive around, show you a little bit more of the neighborhood, and we'll head on over to the next property. We're at the next property. We are actually out in Crocker Ranch Village. The house behind me right here, it's been on the market for about 20 days now. This is going to be one of our highest listed properties in that 600 range. We're at 699. Other thing is, this community here is a gated community. So one of the cool things I like about this gated community is there's actually about 2 or 3 entrances to come in, so you're not just stuck to one place. For the most part, HOA, they're just in place for, of course, rules, regulations, and maintenance of those gates. But if you look behind me, you can see how clean this neighborhood is. All these houses, or most of these houses, were built in that 2014-15 time frame. But with those rules and regulations, they really do keep the neighborhoods clean, keep the cars off the street at a certain time at night. And actually the HOA is not that bad. It's $91 a month. Other than that, we are pushing closer and closer to West Roseville. So a lot of the kids out here are going to be going to that new high school that I talked about on the last or at the last house. Okay, so you are going to get a lot of young families in here. There's actually some really cool, I don't know if we can completely see it, some really cool 1-stories out here. Pretty big square footage even on those things. The house we're actually talking about right now is 2,400 square foot. The 1-stories, from what I've seen out there and when we've sold properties out here, gonna range around 22. But like I say, I mean, take a look at really just beautiful neighborhood. The other thing too is we're right off of that Blue Oaks, so they just built, actually right behind Crocker Village, they built the new Rayleigh's 1. So if you're going shopping, I now enjoy shopping with my wife because they have a little bar right there. So Deborah is out there grabbing some groceries, and I'll just have a beer at the cake counter, the bar counter. Also, they just did a brand new Nugget. So again, a lot of healthy foods, a lot of better choices out there, which I know is pretty important to most people when they come out here. And then other than that, as someone who's commuting to Sacramento or to kind of center Roseville area, this is a great neighborhood because the freeway, the 65, is not too far off. Where if we keep pushing a little bit more out to West Park, Roseville, that area, it becomes a little bit longer of a commute to get out there. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the last ones. I'll go ahead and show you around the neighborhood real quick with a drive-by, and then we will go to the last property, and then after that just do a recap on the whole day. Okay guys, we're at the last house of the tour. Right behind me, this property right here is currently listed at $649. Built in the early 2000s, I think about 2002, and that's gonna be, for the most part, all the houses in the front in this neighborhood were built in those early 2000s. Don't even think I mentioned it yet, but we are in West Roseville now. West Park is the neighborhood we're in, and we're in this nice large cul-de-sac here. For the most part, you've got a lot of 2-stories, some 1-stories, and then in the back of the West Park area, you actually are going to have a lot of the newer builds. So if you guys want to see those, leave me a comment. I will go ahead and do some filming on those. For the most part, this has had some updates done to it. No pool on this one, no HOA, and no Melrose. But out in this area, we actually have what they call a special assessment tax. So basically what that does is that helps pay for the trails, a lot of the green belts out here, the biking trails, and of course some of the infrastructure. If you're here, you've got kids, you're just blocks away from that new high school I keep talking about in West Roseville. I'm gonna find some footage right now and throw it up just so you can see it. This thing is like a Google campus. It is 3 to 4 stories, 4 buildings, A, B, C, D. It's got an actual basketball court that's been dug down into, as well as the football field. Beautiful baseball fields out there, softball fields, and from what I hear is they're already killing it in the sports. So that's gonna be a huge school. Like I say, hopefully I threw some film up there for you. Other than that, this area is pretty much families. You do have a 55 and older community by Del Webb, not too far from here, but as you can see, another really quiet neighborhood. Houses are gonna be a little bit closer here, but we still can find some larger lots depending on where we're at in the neighborhood. And yeah, other than that, let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to know about the area. I'm gonna go find a place to sit down, grab a drink, and kind of just recap the day and go from there. So same thing, let's do a little filming. And I know of a little coffee shop right over here by 747. So see you over there. Just stopped at Mojo's, got a quick cup of coffee. They're right here in West Park. Actually pretty cool. So Mojo's is a coffee shop. There's an ice cream shop also connected to that. And then they've got, it's called Kitchen 747, which I know a lot of people just ride bikes and go over there for some good eats. So anyways, just to kind of recap, today we were just doing everything in the Roseville area at 600,000. Reason I decided to start at that video is because the average price point for Roseville really is right around 650, 675-ish. So really just kind of wanted to let you guys see the different types of houses depending on when they were built. Now there are some older houses, there are some cheaper houses. If we get over to, like, say Kirby, those houses we actually can find stuff in the 400s, 500s. It's kind of pretty cool stuff going on over there. Currently you've got a lot of investors looking over there as well, just because they're pushing granny suites like crazy down there. Other than that, I looked this morning on the MLS, and looks like right now the most expensive home on the market currently is at 1.6. There are really high-end homes as well in this area, and there are a ton, and I mean a ton, of new builds in the area. So for new builds, most of those I'm finding they're starting right around 700 and going up from there. But you are going to have those Melloruses. So if you guys want to see something like that or video like that, or interested, you can always just hit me up. We can always do a Zoom call real quick, or just give me a call, and we can talk a little bit more about different areas. Average days on market right now is going to be kind of depending on the neighborhood. 24 to about 30 days is kind of your average days on the market. I think a lot of those, just based off the time of filming, is we have seen that shift in the market, and so you are just getting you're getting some sellers that are still pushing the price of their house, and then once they kind of realize, hey, houses prices really aren't growing anymore, we're really just staying flat and steady, and they make that adjustment to kind of what the steady price is, they're really going off the market at that point within usually a week or two max. So if you see something on the market that's lasting a little bit too long, it's usually because they're just pushing the price. A lot of these people, they'll see house down the street that had all the bells and whistles and sold for some crazy amount, and you know, their house still needs to be updated. So just taking a little bit of time for people to realize that and make those adjustments. Other than that, hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know honestly if you guys would like to see more videos like this, see more neighborhoods. I love doing it, so just let me know. But of course, I love selling your houses more, so if you guys are looking to move out here, whether it's in the next 90 days or in the next 9 months, please reach out. There's a lot to do prior to going out there and purchasing a property. We need to get you with one of our lenders. That way you guys can go through the process, really see where you're at. The other thing too is a lot of people still think for some reason that they've got to put 20% down to get into a house, and that's not true. I mean, depending on the loan programs out there, you know, we can get you in for 3 to 5%. So reach out, let's start the conversation for you, and kind of really see where you're at. Other than that, like I say, if you got some great content out of this, please let me know. Let me know what you guys really want to see coming out to these areas, so that I can make sure I'm giving you guys some good value out there. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.